Come on, y'all. We gotta get your frequency much higher. Dig. Come on. Tell them what we spitting here, big brother. That higher freak those waves.
Your vibe is not that high.
Yeah.
I understand why.
Tell it.
Your wavelength, alright. You're miserable. Bullseye. Can't move. Here's why. Stuck on standby. It's time to vibe. I said vibe. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm subconsciously picking up on your negativity.
Give me that wavelength again.
Interrupted waves guide.
Don't stop.
Off beat, no supply. Oscillation, beast ride. Confused, don't deny. All is energy, no lie. Your vigor is about to die. Nothing rests, so you can't get by. Everything moves, so where's your vibe? You better vibe. I said vibe. Just what I thought. Negation of energy or light. We ain't playing with y'all. Connect from within.
Dig. What's up, Chazz?
Master energy and master everything.
That wavelength again. Nothing rests. Everything moves and everything vibrates, right? The whole universe quivers, even your pure energy vibrating unseen to the eyesight. You are a part of the universe. This is only your delight. The secrets of the universe is energy, frequency, vibration, day and night.
We talking about the law of vibration.
Dig.
All things vibrate.
That's right, big brother. Get it right here. Energy. Now vibe. Come on, King.
Enjoy life, no jive. Undisturbed waves, third eye.
Ashe.
Frequency now utilized. Select joy and you've revived.
Hotel.
Nothing weakens you. Exercise. All things vibrate in the sky.
Come on, hotel.
Speak to the universe, your ally. Now vibe.
Y'all better vibe.
Come on, conscious people. I'll say it one more time.
Dig.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your frequency is lofty now. Yup. That's it, y'all.
Uja Seneb.
Vibe. Welcome back. This is adults only. We do have the copyrights to that song. That's me and Big Brother Jahi. We made that song a couple years ago, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. This show can be seen every Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Standard Time. Tell a friend, tell a relative to watch this because this is important information that should be seen. Yesterday, Big Brother had a show, and I advised everybody to go back and replay it. It was about reparations. Due to that yesterday, Big Brother said he's tired. He was winded. He needed some time to lie in the bed and recover because he just gave so much energy yesterday. So Big Brother's a little bit tired. And that's a shame because I thought he had more energy than that, but I guess he needs to recover. But once again, tonight's show can be seen every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And with that being said, I want to go ahead and bring Big Brother back because I think he has enough energy to get out the bed now. Come on, Big Brother.
What's happening, Chazz? How you feeling, man?
You
Boy,
good?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm feeling okay, man. Like you say, man, boy, I laid everything on the table last night, boy, and it
Yes.
was really a very interesting discussion about reparations. So we advise those who haven't seen it to go ahead and check it out. But
Yes.
Chazz, what are we talking about tonight, man?
Tonight's broadcast is specifically going to be a touch up from last week, and it's about negativity. We have some points that we're going to get to. So basically, it's a touch up from last week.
Drowning in negativity. Who we have on the broadcast tonight? Who's watching this thing?
We had Raymond that came in. He had made a comment, and then we have Sister Marie. She says Hotep, and then Sister Nuji says peace and blessings. So we thank all of you guys. Buddha Lachey says love. We appreciate you. All of you guys that are watching, we really appreciate it. Janie Bowden says peace and family. And by the way, we're not going to tell you guys, we do have a special host that's coming on today around 6:30. So get yourself ready because this is going to be new, and it's not Brother Raymond. This is a new guest we have. So let's go ahead and get into today's show.
Okay. First of all, we have to look at this drowning in negativity because too many of us are negative. And we want to look at why is that so, Chazz? Why are we so negative? Because we've looked at some underlying factors of negativity. And so we want to address those factors because the song that you and I did is called Vibe. Right. And that's a person's emotional state because a lot of us, we're not vibing that high. Our vibe is real low. We have low frequencies, as people say. And so we want you to know that you don't have to be so negative. And this is why we want to bring this information up today, because some of us are just too negative. And here are some of the reasons. Chazz, take that away and deal with it.
Number one, failed expectations in life. And last week, and I touched up on this, and I'll touch up again. There are going to be times in life where things just don't materialize. They don't go as we want them to go. And that's just the way life is. So instead of dwelling, being negative, talking down to ourselves, or criticizing ourselves every week, we have to learn to move past that.
Yes, sir.
Here's the sad part, brother.
What's that?
If we do not get what we want or what we expect to, if they say we get a blessing 2 or 3 months later, they'll say, well, that was all a part of the plan. But you weren't saying that weeks ago when you were dwelling in your misery. So once again, you have to look and take things at face value. Sometimes things are just not going to pan out the way that they should be.
And that's so true, Chazz, because a lot of us have failed. And it's okay because that's a part of life. But you don't have to be so negative. I don't have to be so negative. We don't always have to bite each other's heads off just because of some things that we thought would happen in life didn't happen. Maybe we wanted someone to love and they just didn't love us, Chazz. Maybe we wanted something materially and we didn't get that. And so now we're pissed off and we're angry and we're mad at the world. But we've got to stop this because this failed expectation in life is a part of life. But you don't have to be so negative. I have to say this, Chazz, now while we get to the next point. But there's a queen, Sharon Fuller Smith. She did a video with us about 3 or 4 years ago, her and her daughter.
I remember Sharon.
And Sister Sharon, Sister Sharon's made a guest appearance. We haven't heard from her in a while, but we always talk about you and think about you. So we thank you, Queen, for watching this broadcast, because this is a broadcast that's going to teach us how to be more positive in this life in which we live, because there's too much negativity. Not only do we have failed expectations in life that make us negative. What about this one, Chazz?
A mental outlook about life is gloomy. Now, we don't know what's going to go happen in the future. Nobody knows, but it does look a little bleak. It does look like it is not going so well. So instead of us saying, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen, I'm going to take it a day at a time. I'm not going to let this stress me out. I'm not even going to let this get me depressed where I don't want to come out of the house. I'm going to take it a day at a time and say, you know what, what's going to happen is going to happen. I can't control any of this. There's nothing I can do to control it. And just let me be thankful to be seen, to see another day on this earth.
Yeah, how do I sound, brother? Because a brother said that my volume was low. Can you hear me now?
You sound good, but a few seconds ago, it sounded like wind or something was blowing, but you sound good here.
Okay, and Raymond says all positive and all negative is both unhealthy. Dualistic balance is the key. But a lot of us don't have that balance, Chazz, because we're very miserable. We're very negative. And this is why many of us are negative, because our mindset, man, our outlook on life is gloomy. We've been treated so bad after all these years, and we don't know how to take that negativity and turn it into positivity.
Number 3, negative influences all around us. This can be some of our loved ones, friends, co-workers. Hold on real quick, brother. Says
that's you, Chazz. Your volume is low. Yeah, your volume. I can hear you, brother. I can hear you.
Okay. But basically,
get into that mic, man. Step up into that mic.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Come on with it, Chazz.
Okay. And basically, on the last point that we're just discussing, and it's basically, if you could put it back on the screen. Our family, our friends, our co-workers.
Come on, Chazz.
There are people in this life who are just set to be miserable. And you cannot let yourself be bogged down with that, because I tell you what, you keep sitting back being engulfed in all that misery, it's going to play effect on your health. You're going to be messed up, taking pills, always angry at the world. And let me say this.
Okay.
And I hate to be blunt, brother.
Okay.
The world doesn't owe us anything. The
Uh-oh.
world does not owe us a darn thing. And the quicker we get that through our head, I think the easier we'll be with this life.
And that's true, because if you look at our lives, the negative influences that we have, sometimes we don't realize it. It's living right in the same home you're living in. It's right in the same apartment you're living in. It could be your relative. Now, I'm going to get personal.
Okay.
It could be your mama.
Okay.
It could be your daddy. It could be
Mhm.
your nieces. It could be your nephews, your
Mhm.
brothers, your sisters, your aunts, your uncles. That negativity is just flowing from all directions. And now what has happened to us is it has influenced us. And instead of us being positive, we are now negative, because after all these years, all we do is gripe. All we do is complain. All we do is
Yes.
look to someone else at someone else's fault. And this is why we are very, very negative, Chazz. And we've got to stop this, Chazz. We really do. And what about
Yes.
this?
Number 4, stubbornness. Don't want to change. Like they always say, I ain't gonna never change. You don't want to be in that spot, because if you never change, you're never progressing. You're never getting better in life. You're stagnant. You're staying in one spot. And
Mhm.
stubbornness is the number one thing that causes friction.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't want to get along. Instead of just saying, you know what, I may be in the fault or I may be wrong about something,
Mhm.
we're just stubborn, brother. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we don't want to agree that we're wrong. We are wrong at times, and we
Mhm.
have to admit that. And I want to say you have something new going on. These pictures on the screen. I appreciate you for upgrading this show with these visuals as well.
Because some of us just don't want to change. Just check this image out. Whether they're at home or whether they're at a job, a place of employment, sitting around, looking at the phone, talking about people, looking at other people's business, always yapping, running their mouths, putting people down, being very negative. This is a problem within our society, and a lot of us don't want to own up to we're in that picture ourselves. Because
Right.
all we do is look at something on a cell phone and sit around because we don't want to change. And we're too old for that, Chazz. So we want to
Yes.
encourage people to know we're just too old to be acting like that. But a lot of us are stubborn, man. We're
Yes.
pig-headed. And we
Yes.
don't want to change, no matter what you say, no matter what I say. But Chazz, please talk about this one, because I think you need to deal with this one here.
Number 5, past experiences of hurt.
Uh-oh.
Clearly, and I hate to keep going to relationships, but this is the perfect example to use. Sometimes in life, a person may have hurt us in high school, middle school, or even in college or what have you. Just because that person did something to you does not mean that everybody in the future is like that. And
Mm.
you have to understand, heartbreak is going to come through life, but you have to be able to deal with these things accordingly, instead of just sitting around judging everybody and thinking that everyone is the same, because they're not. We want to say real quick, Sister Sharon says sometimes family and friends can be
Uh-oh.
toxic.
Yes,
We
yes.
sometimes don't recognize it.
Yeah,
She's absolutely true.
She's right, because a lot of our family members, we don't want to call a spade a spade. We have some very negative family members. Now, you can get angry all you want to, and I can get angry all I want to. But the truth is in the pudding. Many of us are negative because our family members have helped us become negative, because all we hear, all we've heard since we were little children is negativity. We've always heard our sisters and brothers talk about other people. And so now we pick that up and we can't say anything good about people. And as the Queen said, that is very, very toxic, Chazz. And a lot of us don't want to call it what it really is.
Yes, and once again, brother, we all have, listen, everybody that's still living on this planet have gone through some kind of trauma. So none of us are special. None of our traumas are special. You have to learn how to deal with it and quit putting the hurt and the pain and the trauma, because everybody's not like the last person that hurt you or broke your feelings.
Look at this, Chazz. Look at this. Two sisters, and it happens, men, women, boys, girls. We are very negative. And instead of looking at what we should be doing to correct the negativity, we don't work on ourselves, you see. So what do? I want to call you and put my hands upside my mouth and whisper in your ear and tell you about something. And look at this response of the other's queen. The response is, what? Really? And so these kind of keep us going, and we don't realize this, but many of us, we are some very negative people, and let's tell it like it is, because we don't have to be this way. We
Yes.
shouldn't be this way. And I keep saying this, Chazz. We are too damn old, many
Yes.
of us, to be
Yes.
acting like this. But we don't want to watch these kind of broadcasts. We want to watch sports. We want to watch entertainment. We
Oh
want to
yeah.
watch our media guru. We want to watch our entertainers. We want to watch these social media bums, many of them. And we want to
Come on, brother.
because we're hurting, Chazz. And that's an area of our life that we don't want to accept. And that is, Chazz, there are a lot of us are hurting, man. And so because we're hurting, we turn to this negativity because we don't know which way to turn and we don't know which way to go. Why don't you read some of these comments, man?
Sure.
This is it here.
Sister Sharon says, boy, you nailed it. Absolutely. She says, yes, scorn. And Brother Ray has another comment. He says, don't start no blank and don't take none.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. A niece from Fort Wayne, Indiana. She says hello. And she's tuning in because she realizes that this is a subject that a lot of people shy from because there's so much negativity. And we're doing this broadcast because why? We're drowning in negativity. Never have anything good to say about anybody. Always talking about people. Always flapping our gums about other people. Never saying anything kind-hearted. What did they say, Chazz, back in the day? If you don't have anything good to say about anybody,
don't say it at all.
That's right.
Let me say this too, big brother, if I can just intervene real quick. That's I think the media does a good job. They play on our emotions, brother. If you look at it, a lot of these TV reality shows or YouTube TV shows, they're all based around nothing but this drama and chaos and just sitting around gossiping. And they know that we love this. That's why they keep making these shows.
This is true, man. We have to continue to talk about this, Chazz, because here's one that a lot of us don't want to accept. That Sister Sharon says, we create our own negativity and we don't realize it till it's too late. And then when it's too late, instead of trying to turn back, we keep going because we have just drowned in negativity. Lack of support. Now, this is something I have to speak to because many people don't support me. As I understand it, many people don't give two hoots about me, and I'm okay with that.
Come on, brother.
But I'm not going to be negative because y'all are not supporting the school, because y'all are not supporting the business, because y'all are not supporting the broadcast. So I can't be negative. All I must do is keep my head up high and keep on moving instead of always griping about what the other people aren't doing. Everybody's not going to support me. Everybody's not going to support you, but you have to keep on moving and stop being so negative.
I want to touch up on that too, brother, on the lack of support, and especially for our youth. They could be involved in SARS, like after school activities, football, soccer games, or anything, choir, band. And brother, for the youth specifically, that will tear their self-esteem down to the ground, where they see they have nobody in the audience, but their friends as relatives watching them. Or they see that their parents keep lying to them saying, John, I'm going to show up to your game. I promise you. And they never come through for these kids. And brother, I think we have to say something about these parents who are healthy, who can walk, and they just refuse to show up to their children's after school activities or just out of school activities. It's terrible.
That's very negative, Chazz. Look at what this queen says here. She says, you sure know what to say and when to say it. She's testifying. Chazz, are we having church tonight? Are we having church? Someone said amen, and now they're saying these things that they say in church. So maybe we are having church tonight, because the bottom line is there's so much negativity in my life. See, I have to be honest. I can't sit there and talk about y'all. I got to clean up my own house, man, before I start looking at other people. And so I have to take care of my own negativity before I can talk about everyone else's negativity. But they're right, because the family influences, Sister Sharon said it earlier, the family's influences on us has really messed our minds up in many lights. But here's something I want you to talk about, Chazz, as I put up another picture. Here's one.
Personal letdowns.
Somebody let you down.
and here's the thing. We take, and there's nothing wrong with someone says that, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they probably do mean well. And sometimes they just don't come through. And when they don't come through, We let that get us into a funk where we're not talking to anybody. We don't want to pick up the phone. We don't want to go outside anymore. We just shut down. And once again, they say never put your trust in a man because they will fail you every time.
That's right, Chazz.
So you have to be aware that when these letdowns happen, stop letting it get you to a funk to where you just refuse to do anything.
Chazz, you so hot tonight. This is orange juice, but I think I might have to leave and go put some yak in this. Because boy, you tearing this thing up. I might have to put some yak in this. Maybe it's some yak in here already, and I'm just saying that. This is something that we have to talk about. I'm sick and tired of us not dealing with the real issues at hand because I want us to be better people. I want us all to grow up. I want us to stop acting like kids. I want us to know that our time is limited on this earth. And just because somebody has let you down, just because they have let me down, that doesn't mean that the whole world should be talked about in a negative light the way many of us talk about people. And if you look at this picture on the screen, Chazz, I have to say this before I go on.
Okay.
Notice what they're wearing, dashikis. Just because you go to church does not mean that you are exempt from this. Just because you go to the mosque, that does not mean that you are exempt from this. Just because you go to a spiritual meeting and wear dashikis, it does not mean you're exempt from this. Just because you wear an around your neck, just because I wear a cross around my neck, just because we wear the crescent around our neck, this is something that's going on in every facet of life. And damn it, Chazz, we've got to stop this playing and begin to tell our people there's too many issues that's going on in our world for us to be sitting around putting our face in another person's ear talking about things that's not going to help us. And this is a problem that we have, Chazz.
Absolutely. And it's just tough because I think a lot of people, and I hate to say this, brother, I think a lot of us are too far gone, brother. When you've done this for 30, 40, 50, 60 years behaving this way, it's tough to snap this cycle. And I think a lot of us just don't want to. In fact, Sister Sharon has another comment. She says, we don't uplift each other. If we did, it might not be that much negativity. She's spot on as well.
She's absolutely correct. And Brother Raymond firing back saying, yet it's not good to hold all that negativity within. It will mess us up if we continue to let this negativity fester in our lives. It will create ulcers. It will create high blood pressure. It will create a mindset that thinks that the world is against you when you're against your own self and don't realize it. And this is why we have to talk like this, because of our love for our people. See, we've got to tell our people the truth, Chazz, because a lot of people like to sugarcoat this thing. They like to take your money and talk crazy to you and make there's something going on when it's really not. Sister Sharon says it becomes a mental health issue. Ooh, that was heavy. It'll mess your mind up, Chazz. Speak to how people have gone stone crazy because they're so negative. They've just drowned in this thing.
Yes, and that mental health thing, brother, I think it's serious that we have to take this. This mental health issue is kicked up so much all around the earth, all around ages, young, old, middle-aged, brother. Mental health has really messed us up. And in fact, a lot of people are checking out because of this mental health thing. It's just too much. Number 9, this is many of us like being negative.
Chazz, tell the truth. Go ahead and say it, Chazz. Please say it.
Because that's all we've known since we were kids. We grew up around negativity. We got aunties and uncles and cousins that all they do is sit back and gossip and talk about people. So when a child sees this, they're going to grow up and they're going to copy the same behavior. And I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, we have been accustomed to this negativity because I got to jump in on this. Some of us just like being negative. We can talk all we want to about principles as to how to help us. I see you got your yak too. But what I'm trying to say, Chazz, is a lot of us, we like being negative. All in the barbershop, what do you hear? All in the beauty shop, what do you hear? Negativity. All around our friends, what do you hear? Negativity. All on the cell phone at home, all day and night, what are we doing? Being negative. All on the social media platforms, what are we doing? Being negative. All the time when we have even crises and emergencies in our life, instead of looking at that emergency and saying, maybe there's a light at the end of the tunnel, we find ourselves talking negative about a situation, man, that we should not be talking negative about. I think we have lost our minds, many of us. And so this is why this broadcast is a broadcast that can be seen every Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Please tune in to our Central Standard Time. You can't afford to miss this because you're negative. Your mama's negative. Your daddy's negative. I'm negative. My family's negative. Your family's negative. Your cousins are negative. My nieces are negative. Your nephews are negative. All of us have this issue, and we act like we don't want to address this. Chazz, you said something last week that I want you to say now before we go to the next point. And you said something about get your monkey behind away from these kinds of people if that's where you find yourself.
Yeah, because like I said, they'll drag you down, and it's not that you think that you're better than people. Because I know a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you think you better than me." Well, it's not about that. It's just about I'm trying to recover and make sure I don't go down the same rabbit hole, and I don't mess my mind up by hanging around negativity. Because I tell you what, negative people can have a negative influence on the other person's life. Meaning, if you keep hanging around that person, you'll catch yourself picking up those tendencies, and it's a shame that people are like that.
And that's why a lot of us are like that.
And Brother Ray commented, he says confrontation can be constructive if used with the sober mind. And let me
it's that mind, Chazz.
Let me just touch on this real quick. I believe confrontation should always be face to face on broad daylight in front of the whole world. What happened to the old days where if you have a problem with a person, pick up the cell phone when nobody's at home, go in your room, close the door, and just tell that person what's on your mind. When did this become, whenever I have a conversation with you, brother, I got to put it on social media. I got to get in front of the whole family and expose you. What happened to just call them on the phone and dealing with the issue?
Well, you're right, because what Brother Raymond said is the problem. When the mind is not sober, when the mind is intoxicated with the things of the world, when the mind is filled with garbage, when the mind is filled with slut, when the mind is filled with smoke, when the mind is filled with all of this stuff, it cannot do what you say, because old school mamas and daddies and grandmamas and fathers, they will sit your behind down and tell you, if you have a problem with a person, you need to go to that person. And this is what the Queen is saying here. Peace and blessings, man. This is what it's all about. Where is the peace, man? Because negativity does not bring peace. It brings nothing but dissatisfaction. Queen says this again, Chazz, and please read this.
Says these humans don't want to hear the truth. And she's right. A lot of us don't want to hear the truth because we're so used to our filth. We hate to hear anything that's going to really convict us to change. And one more comment, Sister Sharon says, you end up passing that energy to your children. And she's absolutely right. And once again, brother, and I have to just say this real quick, and I promise I'll move on like you just mentioned. I really do miss the old days with confrontation where you just, like I said, you pick up the phone. That was so much easier. But now I think when Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these apps came on, they made that cop out to where you just blast everybody on social media. And that's not right.
And that shows how small the mind is. And Queen says, yes, indeed. The comments are just flying in. And that's one thing about this broadcast. We may not get to every comment, but at least we're going to have some type of interaction with the people, you see. We want our people to know this is your broadcast. You have things to say, and therefore we normally show them. We try to talk about many of them, but sometimes we can't. But if we try to get this out, we're going to see that people are just like us. Every one of us have this problem. We're not sitting on this broadcast saying that you have the problem like these people in the pulpit, these people in these religious settings, these people in these spiritual settings. They put you down, and their family is just as worse or better in many instances, worse off than all of us. But because that mind is so wrong, that mind is so slow, we don't get a chance to do and say what you're saying, Chazz. And as the sister said, she just told it right like it is, Chazz. Please read that one.
That's a coward act, and it is, because and here's the thing that's sad though. When you expose somebody like that, you get other people involved. And these people know this. When you get all these people involved, it's just basically to tear that person's self-esteem down. When you get all these people involved, and it's like, what do they have to do with it? And you know how us Black people are. We are very messy. We love to egg these things on.
Yeah, because we're like this brother right here. We're always blaming other people. We're always talking about other people. We're always putting other people down. We're always letting our children see us telling people off and lying about people and talking about them behind their back, talking about them on the cell phone, running around here, spreading all this negative energy, the negative vibes, and our children grow up and become the same way. And a lot of us don't want to sit down for an hour and say, I need to sit myself down and reflect on me. See, this broadcast is about us looking at ourselves and saying, I got to stop being negative, man. I'm too old for this, man. I got to grow up, Chazz. When it comes to negativity, many of us are like children. And we know kids in their teens and all that, they're supposed to do that. Why? Because they're still teenagers. They're still learning. But an old, crusty, an old dude like me, an old dude like you, an old dude like us, these old dudettes like us, Chazz, we have no business to be acting like we're on a soap opera, picking up the phone, always talking about people, and like this brother doing. Notice, always blaming somebody else, but you don't blame yourself when you know that we are the reasons that we are the way we are when it comes to negativity. And Chazz, let's end on some high notes because we definitely got to make sure we get this queen in here to talk about us so we can see what we can do to help this situation. Now, let's talk about some positive things now, Chazz. Go ahead.
Ways to combat negativity in our lives. I would say A, practice gratitude, and
you
B,
talked about that last week, Chazz. Please talk about that.
And I would just take it a step further and B, quit watching anything that has anything to do with negativity. Some of these reality TV shows, also some of these magazines that you pick up in the aisle at the grocery store, anything that's going to fuel what you're trying to get away from, you have to get away from it. And being thankful for what you have, because once again, none of us know what our health can be in the next 5 or 10 minutes, or even the next 5 or 10 years. Be thankful for the little things. Be thankful for what you do have, because once again, there are people that we're not aware of that look at guys like me and you who may say, you know what? These guys have a home or just a chair to sit in. I'm homeless. I haven't had a home in almost 20 years. I've been on the street. I have not been able to find a home. And these two brothers have a basic chair. And this is one thing that struck me the other night. When we people who are still able to work jobs, don't take these buildings for granted. Just because we're in a building for 8 hours, don't you know there's a homeless person probably sleeping across the street that wish that they could have shelter for those 8 hours? Grandma, you have to start thinking about these things, brother.
Grandma used to say, be grateful for what you have. But a lot of us are too negative to be grateful because we're too busy looking at other people. We need to do some physical exercise and eat healthy, because some of this food we putting in our system is tearing our mind up, it's tearing our bodies up, and this is why we're becoming negative. A lot of this meat, the blood that's in this meat, we're digesting this meat, ingesting this meat, and this blood and these animals are in us that they shot with all these chemicals, and those animals were crazy as a Betsy bug, and now we become crazy, and now we become negative, and now we become unhealthy. We never drink much water. We always eat salt. We're always eating sugar. We're always putting substances in our body. We're always smoking dope. We're always drinking that. We're always smoking cigarettes. We're always eating chocolate. We're always doing all of these things to help hurt ourselves. And this is why these are some practical tips, Chazz, that most people see. It's getting hot for them now. They drop over this thing. They dropping off this broadcast because they don't want to face the truth. And the truth is, many of us are screwed up because we're too negative. And now here's the thing that we can do to help. And they don't want to practice using positive affirmations. Say to yourself, I don't have to be like this.
Right.
When it comes out your mouth, catch yourself. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to stop doing that. But what do we do, Chazz? We pour it on more and more and more and more.
Right. And then letter D, engage in positive activities, such as like bowling.
Do something.
Yeah, do something to keep yourself out of that. And then Brother Ray real quick has the last comment. He says, praise a person for the good things they do before you criticize them for the things that they need to improve on. Yes, and that's so quick. We so quick to look at other people's faults, and when they do good, that's the last thing on their minds. And last but not least, everybody that listens to this broadcast are just people on this earth. If we had a camera that followed you around 24/7, I'm pretty sure you doing some stuff that you have no business doing, and you wouldn't want to be talked about like that either. And real quick, brother, before we forget, we're almost at basically the 35-minute mark, so you probably want to get the invitation set up.
I've already done it. It's coming too. But check this out, Chazz.
Okay.
When are we going to learn from those things that we've done in the past? When are we going to learn and stop being so negative. We're doing the same thing every day. And because we have not learned from our lessons, been there and done that, but we haven't learned anything. And there's one thing that we should learn, and that is whatever has happened to us in the past, we cannot, as individuals, take that what has happened to us and let that thing fester in our hearts, man, until we become adults. Because at that point, then we are definitely too old to let this thing change, and that's what our problem is.
Letter F. Look at our own lives instead of always complaining about others, brother. I literally just said that. If you have anything negative in our lives, which we all do, think about how we would feel as far as criticizing others. We're no different than the next man. And the fact that we sit up here and gossip about people like this 24/7, 365 days of the year, it shows something mentally is wrong with us to keep living like this day in and day out, night in and night out. It's a shame. It's a crying shame.
Well, Chazz, the guest is here. And this woman here is none other than Sister Yoni. And this sister does not play. And we're going to switch the tip right now because she wants us to talk about at the bottom. It says support adults only. And the way you support us is Cash App, Big Brother Jahi. Now, I'm going to bring her on, and Chazz, I'm going to tell you now, y'all better get ready because she's not going to play. And without saying anything else, here she is. What's happening, Yoni?
Hey, you got it. That's you.
Yoni, what you want to come on here and say about giving?
Come on and talk about everybody likes the broadcast and stuff. We do whatever we want to do. But if you can just give $3, $5 a month, we're not asking you thousands and thousands of dollars because it takes money to keep seeing this here. And
Yoni, why don't they give? But let me cut you off, Yoni.
Okay.
Let me cut you off. This is I gotta cut you off because you good. And I want people to know this. Why aren't they giving, Yoni? Why do you have to beg? Why do you have to come on this thing and do this, Yoni?
You shouldn't have to, but I have to. And people just have to get on here. You really shouldn't even worry about the viewers that watch it because you got so many nieces and nephews and sisters that live here. If they all gave $5 a month, baby, that would be just great. But I'm also talking to the people that watch every week and comment on everything y'all say. It's time to put up or shut up. Put up $1. No, we need a little money. So I mean, they think you have it, big brother, but you don't have it like that.
Right.
So no, it's no more than fair to get on here, and because I've been wanting to do it, but I just got up the little nerves today, and I said, well, I'm gonna go in and do it because I'm on a fixed income. But before I pay any bill every month, Big Brother Jahi School gets money.
Wow, Yoni.
Every month. Whether I can have enough to pay the rest of my stuff, but it's just like a bill. I'm enjoying those kids learning how they learn it. And I enjoy the broadcast.
Sister Yoni, we can't let you go now. You ain't gonna just come on here and blast
on fire.
Yeah, we gonna ask us some questions, Chazz. Sister Yoni, why are these people so negative, Sister Yoni? Please join it. Why are many of us negative?
Because we don't want to give. If you give, you can't keep your hands closed all the time. You gotta open it up and give. That's why they so negative. Then a lot of them don't want to see a black man like you to accomplish anything. And they just want to keep you down. But until your sister Yoni croak and roll over, the school, as long as you have it, every month will get paid, just like my bills get paid.
A sister says yes, Yoni. You teaching, some sister says yes, Yoni. This is true. Chazz, I mean, let's talk, Chazz. Why are we so, this is another broadcast though, but not only are we selfish, not only are we negative, but Chazz, we're stingy. We don't have it, but a lot of us are stingy. Why is that, y'all?
Because I think real quick, we have money to do everything we want to support all of our habits, drinking, smoking, partying, doing everyything that we want to. And I think, brother, it just boils down to real quick. It boils down to we don't want to give. We know we can sacrifice. We're so selfish. We don't want to give. And we appreciate Ain't Fasto for coming on. I give her the floor now.
But the thing is We take money to go to the movies. I bet some of everybody didn't see The Color Purple.
Oh,
We take
yes.
money to go out and eat. And we do just what we want to do. Because even with me giving to the school, I still go out and go to the movies and do whatever I want to do.
right.
So, like I'm saying, $5 or $10 a month, to help out something that these people are saying that they really love. That's nothing. That is really
Look what Raymond said. Look what Raymond's saying. He's never told us this, Chazz. After all these years watching our broadcast, he says the sister, talking about Yoni,
has a
Sister
powerful
Yoni
spirit.
has a powerful spirit. He has never told us this, but he gonna tell her that. Sister Yoni, you tear this thing up. Another sister says this. You're right, Yoni. So you're telling these people the truth. What is wrong with us that you have to talk to them and I have to talk to them, or we have to act like they're little bitty babies? Take your medicine. Make sure you do this. Sister Yoni, aren't they grown adults? Please give me something on that.
Yes, they are. But you have in your family, you have people that pay their tithes
Whoa.
even give you $4 or $5 to your school or to the broadcast.
Wow.
They're selfish. They no good.
Yoni, hold on. Yoni,
no good.
You're not gonna come on this broadcast. You're not gonna come on our broadcast and call our people no good. But you're right.
That's it. That's
a lot of them are users. Now, you often tell me, Yoni, when we talk, you tell me about how you don't like the idea that people are not only negative, but you say they're users. What do you mean, Yoni? They're users.
You will give not only your family, but basically I'm talking about our immediate family. You will give them the shirt off of your back. You have did something for your nieces, nephews, sisters that many of brothers would not even do. And they can't support you. It just burns me up. It burns me up.
Here's the niece of yours says, hey, she says, hey, ain't Yoni. She says that because that's her African name, Yoni. So and she says, hey, ain't Yoni. That's from Didi. And then Raymond says, you and Chazz have strong masculine spirits too, big brother. Okay, now I feel a lot better. Right? I feel a lot better now. Go ahead.
I got a question for Ain't Faster real quick that she's mentioned. You mentioned earlier that people see my father and they don't want to help him because they're jealous. Even though we're just doing something basic as this, what would make a person feel that way? Why would they act? And I know what you're saying is spot on, but why would they feel that way?
Well, because they figured that him and his wife, they can handle it and they can do it. But that's all people do is, and I tell your dad all the time, they want to use him. And he use him till they done just used him up. But right now, his sister tired of it.
Wow.
His sister is.
She coming to set the record straight, y'all.
Sharon says because they don't have it. Some of them don't have it, Yoni, but you talking about the ones that do. That's all you talking about, right?
I'm talking about the ones that do. But I'm saying $2 or $3 a month. Come on, I'll sell some bottles if I had to, if that's all I could do, just to get $2 or $3. A lot of people not working, but I'm talking about the ones working. I'm talking about the ones on their fixed income, because when it all boils down, we gonna go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac. We gonna go to the movie. We gonna go skating. You're gonna do what you want to do, and you're gonna find that money to do it. So I'm just saying, please give to something that you say on all these comments. Oh, all right, big brother. Yeah, you
come on, you only go with all that stuff.
Yeah. That's all
Brother Tavon says,
I love all of y'all. I love everybody that watches the broadcast. I love my nieces and nephews and sisters. But I'm just saying, help him out. Yeah. He's not a person to keep begging and begging. But it just upsets me to see my brother have to struggle like that when we got all these people here in our family.
Yes.
Support Adults Only by Cash App, Big Brother Jahi. Sister Yoni and Brother Tavon says that's true. But you know, Sister Yoni, sometimes people talk a lot of stuff and they don't mean what they say. They just hot air. You see, they always running their mouth about helping the black man, helping black businesses. And you're not asking nobody to be bankrupt. And they're still making excuses because they just stingy, Yoni. Let's be honest. Some of them are just stingy. And this is why we are in the condition we're in. This broadcast should be going out to everybody because it's a positive broadcast. And you're right. I don't hardly ever put this to support Adults Only. You would think somebody would comment and say, how do we support Adults Only? You don't hear that, Yoni, because many of them are just stingy. Another queen says, you said it earlier, Chazz, people are just negative.
They are. And I just want to say real quick, for everybody that's viewing this broadcast now, Sister Yoni is not coming on here to start drama. So don't let what she's saying, people take this stuff so personal to where they sit back and say, I'm not watching this again because she came over. She just asking
let's talk about this now because, damn it, I'm at the point now. If they don't want to watch this broadcast because they're being checked in love, then don't watch it. Don't watch it because we're sick and tired of having to sugarcoat and walk around all the truths because somebody's pouting like a little baby. If the shoe fits, as they say, you wear that thing. Do something about it and quit acting like little kids. Well, I'm not going to want it anymore.
Yeah, but all she's saying, everybody that's watching, just make a simple sacrifice. $5 to $10. That's not going to break you. That's all she's asking. And
we give you some of the most powerful subjects that anybody would touch. A lot of broadcasts, a lot of churches, a lot of places, they don't even touch these issues, Chazz. They don't touch these subjects. And here we are, you, myself, and Sister Yoni on here. All we're doing is telling people that watch this broadcast, let's keep it going. Support us. We're black. We're African Americans. Why won't you support us? As Sister Yoni said, you buy your nails, you get your hair, you go to the movies. We don't deserve $2 funky.
With all people here in San Antonio that watches the broadcast, I know they have some little bitty kids or little nieces or nephews that's good in school, because if they go over there to the school where my darlings are at
Liberation Academy,
they smart. They smarter than an average grown person, honey.
Sister Sharon says this, Yoni, let's deal with this. She says most of them are jealous. They're jealous of her. Tavon says facts. And then someone says, then so be it. You know, and Tavon says this, don't run from the truth now. Because we always talking about how we want the truth and we live by the truth and we love the truth. But as many of us have mentioned tonight, many of us are so negative because we don't want the truth. We don't want to change, Sister Yoni. And what would you say to the people who say, I ain't giving them my money. They're going to go do crack with it or smoke some dope or get some beer with it?
Well, the thing I would say to them, keep it because you're not giving no way. But keep it because you're not giving away. A lot of people want to talk, but put your money where your mouth is. And like I said, I'm not asking people for 50, hundreds, and 2,000. I'm just asking you for $2 or $3, $5 a month, no more than $10 a month. That I'm
okay, Yoni. Why aren't the other family members and friends and people that's on this broadcast, Yoni? I can't let you go. Why won't they? Why won't they say what you're saying, Yoni? Because you're basically saying that we talk about unity, the Nguzo Saba, African principles, Black History Month, sticking together, working together. Why aren't the other people saying this, Yoni?
Well, I don't know. I tell you like this here, big brother. I don't really trip on the other people. Like I say, I'm gonna give, but they're no good. That's why they're not.
Come on, Yoni.
But I'm not talking about the people that's on the air. I'm talking about your family members. So
you better watch your mouth, Yoni.
No, I'm talking about your family members, and they just no good, you know. But if we let's get together and bring a drink and some food, $5 to get it to go, they're gonna come.
Because it's something they want to do.
But I'm just asking everybody, your family members, the people that watch every week, just $2 or $3. Well, that's all I'm asking, just to help my brother out.
Buddha Lachey says they don't care, and that's the problem. Wow.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then, you know, straight like that. Sister Yoni, you are a straight shooter. As these people, they love you on this broadcast.
Oh,
I thought they were going to tell you don't ever come back again. But they
I'm
love
not. Sister Yoni not coming back because I feel in my heart that everybody gonna step up to the plate and cash app you. If it's nothing but $3, we take it. I don't care what it is. We'll take it.
One sister says she's playing. She says, "Watch yourself, Yoni. Watch yourself." And then brother Tavon says, "People have problems with unity. Most see money as a self-gain. They never a way to sustain family wealth." And that is very well said, brother Tavon, because we did a broadcast on that last night. But go ahead, Chazz.
Yeah, I want to touch up. I think Sister Yoni said about 5 minutes ago. She said that basically people say, well, they're not going to give because they think that we may do, I don't know, get alcohol or whatever with it. But like you mentioned, they don't question their preachers for money. They don't question when you go do certain things. You don't ask people questions, but because I think we're African Americans, they always think that somebody's up to no good. And no, we're just asking for money for this production to put these videos and images up. That's all. Nobody's not trying to go get liquor or dope or anything like that, which is sad for people to think like that.
Sister says they
don't question the other people. They'll go to McDonald's. They don't know if they threw the meat on the floor and made the burger or what have you. But it's all good. But when somebody black asks for $1 or $2, it changes the game. It changes the game.
Sister Sharon says you're being really realistic. She says you're being realistic, and I think that's so important. Brother Chazz, you know, we have about 9 minutes to go, and I just wanted Sister Yoni to know that you have set this adults only on fire. You have set this thing on fire because you've been honest, you've been real, and the viewers know that this is a need, and yet here is the information going across the bottom of the screen, and by now everyone should know this cash out. Cash out, Big Brother Jahi. And you're going to see that we're going to continue to produce shows like this, whether you give or not. But we're going to continue to produce shows like this because there's a need for these types of shows, Chazz and Sister Yoni. There's a need for these shows because many of us, we don't know which way we're going. And so we have to have people that's going to be honest about the truth and then give applications so that we can become better people, because that's the broadcast. We want people to become better people after watching this broadcast, because Chazz and I are not stars. We're not celebrities. We're just two brothers who care enough about you to say we're going to spend time out of our busy schedule, and also Sister Yoni to say we want you to know that there's a need at Adults Only, and we're going to help supply everything you need from a mental perspective. She says, Sharon says this. Yes, she did. She said it was needed to be said. And Chazz, we want to thank those viewers that watched us today that we normally don't get a chance to see, especially Sister Sharon. We've been looking for her for years, and I'm so glad she came in. But tell somebody about this broadcast. This broadcast should have at least 150 to 300 to 1 million viewers, because it's for the African American. It's for the black man and woman in America who's oppressed. It's for those who don't get this at church, those who don't get this at these other places. Because see, Chazz and I, you don't have a muzzle on us. You don't have a muzzle on us. She sure will. So, Sister Yoni, I'm gonna give you some words to say to him. Chazz and I are gonna get out of here. We'll play our song again, Vibe, that's released on our new album that we have that's out now. But Sister Yoni, what do you want to say in closing to the people that you're addressing this aspect of giving to?
Well, only thing I want to say is I thank them for listening, and I really believe in my heart that the next time I call you, you're gonna tell me, "Oh, I done got some cash apps," because just listen to your heart, and you like this here broadcast. Just contribute just a little bit. I'm not asking for a lot, just a few dollars.
Right.
Okay. Well, Sister Yoni, we sure appreciate you coming on and setting the record straight. We love you, and you are special to us.
Let me ask her, are you going to come back on in the future, or this is it?
This should be it. I hope.
Well, what if the people want you to come? Because these people, they love you, Sister Yoni.
I hope this should be it. But if it's not, then I'll come back on. Y'all have a good night.
Okay, Yoni, we love you. Appreciate you. Boy, Chazz,
Wow.
what is that? That's a way, what a way to end. Someone says Imhotep to the sister and the good brothers. That's Brother Raymond. And we love all of our people. So, Chazz, you know how we do it. We're not going to play that little soul music. I want to let you talk a little bit, and then I'll say a few words, and we'll close out, and we'll let you guys listen to our song that's called Vibe. And that's what this is all about, Chazz. Being negative, you got to have high energy. You have to have a positive vibe. And we've got to stop being so wayward and so selfish and not being able to know that we all need help, Chazz. You need help. I need help. But most of these jokers come on these broadcasts and podcasts and they talk down to the beautiful people. And they don't bad. But we want you to know that this is something that we have to address because we want your children and your grandchildren to be able to go in the future with the right mindset because it's just too much negativity, Chazz. Please say something.
Yes. First of all, I appreciate everybody who did watch this broadcast. You took an hour out of your busy day to watch us, so we appreciate it. We had a few new comments from people I haven't seen. Sister Sharon, Brother Trayvon. I think there was a sister named Selena, Buddha, Lachey. All you guys who watched this, we appreciate it. But tonight's topic was basic. Stop being so negative. Things are going to happen in this life. And when they happen, we must adjust. There's nobody's life who was perfect, who never went through adversity. They never had any shortcomings. They always won everything. They never ever lost. No, this is a part of life. So quit thinking this is some fairy tale or some movie where everything's just perfect and then you're going to die and everything is just going to always be perfect. Once again, a lot of us need a lot of help and support, which is with this show. We're just asking for the viewers to just donate $5, $3, $2. That's all we're asking. We're not trying to get your money. And me and Big Brother Jahi on private jets in California. we're not about that. This is legit for the show. And another thing, as far as with the younger people, because I think younger adults need to hear this as well. Do not let what you hear in school or after school activities let you down. If you have no support, try to have enough willpower to say, I don't have enough people support me, but I'm going to be strong about this. And I know it's easier said than done, but you must endure because me and like Big Brother here, we don't have much support, but we're not going to be crying about it. We have to put on our big boy pants and say, you know what? We're going to do this regardless if we have 1 viewer a week, 2 viewers a week. All we want to do is help motivate our people. And last but not least, if you are around negative loved ones, if you are around negative co-workers, get away from them. You don't need to be involved with that because I told you guys earlier, it'll mess your mind up. You'll have yourself taking capsules and pills every other day because your mental is just way out of whack. And last but not least, this show can be seen every Wednesday at 6:00 p.m. for all the new viewers who are on. If you want to come back next week, we're going to be touching up this subject again. The adults, we need to stop being negative. And that's all I have to say. I'm going to pass it to Big Brother. Let him finish it out.
Okay, this broadcast is a broadcast that's about love. We love all of you. We love your families. We want you to know that that's why we talk and speak the way we do. We have to tell the truth, but we must tell the truth in love. We have thrown out a lifeline tonight to those who are drowning in negativity. You don't have to drown. You don't have to be grasping for air. We're wanting you to know that if you watch this broadcast and you're serious about your own life, that you can become a much better person. Every week, this broadcast handles subject matter that a lot of us run from. But those who have been watching this broadcast faithfully, they know for a fact that this is a broadcast that has really been helping them out so that they can learn how to think and how to live and how to love. So having said that, we'll see you guys on next week. Listen to this song as we go off. This song is called Vibe, and it's from Chazz and I off of our latest album. And we have another album coming out within the next 3 months. So just stay tuned because we talk about things that's important. So once again, we say Shem Imhotep. We say good night to everyone, and we will see you all on next week. So having said that,
take care.
And we'll see you guys really, really soon.
Come on, y'all. Yes, we got to get your frequency much higher. Dig. Come on. Tell them what we spitting here, Big Brother. That higher freak those waves.
Your vibe is not that high. Yeah. I understand why.
Tell it.
Your wavelength. All right. You're miserable. Bullseye. Can't move. Here's why. Stuck on on standby. It's time to vibe. I said vibe. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm subconsciously picking up on your negativity.
Give me that wavelength again.
Interrupted waves guide.
Don't stop.
Off beat, no supply.
No supply.
Oscillation, beast ride. Confused, don't deny. All is energy, no lie. Your vigor is about to die. Nothing rests, so you can't get by. Everything moves, so where's your vibe? You better vibe. I said vibe. Just what I thought. Negation of energy or life. We ain't playing with y'all. Connect from within.
Dig. What's up, Chazz?
Master energy and master everything.
Give me that wavelength again. Nothing rests. Everything moves and everything vibrates, right? The whole universe quivers, even your pure energy vibrating unseen to the eyesight. You are part of the universe. This is only your delight. The secrets of the universe is energy, frequency, vibration, day and night.
We talking about the law of vibration.
Dig.
All things vibrate.
That's right, big brother. Get it right here. Energy. Now vibe. Come on, King.
Enjoy life, no jive. Undisturbed waves, third eye.
Ashe.
Frequency now utilized. Select joy and you've revived.
Hotel.
Nothing we can do. Exercise. All things vibrate in the sky.
Come on, hotel.
Speak to the universe, your ally. Now vibe.
Y'all better vibe.
Come on, conscious people. I'll say it one more time.
Dig.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your frequency is lofty now. Yup. That's it, y'all.
Uja Seneb.
Vibe.